today. So every day we start fresh because we can't affect the past, but we damn sure can make a difference today.
Welcome back to another episode of Shop Talk. We're discussing 810 of The Rookie, titled His Name Was Martin, and the intense moments that came of it. It was an interesting episode. I feel like it was kind of a mixed bag of emotions and feelings, like especially after the fact on social media.
Mhm.
We do have a couple of news bites as well, along with, an interview that Melissa did. So,
Mhm.
with TV Guide. So, do you want to take us through the episode description?
Yeah, so we have the episode description for 812 titled Spy Games. And the description is that the FBI and LAPD join forces on a covert sting operation to protect Bailey, while Wesley and Angela face tensions in their marriage when his campaign is threatened by a public scandal. And that'll air March 23rd.
Hmm.
So, a couple weeks from
Yeah. I'm here for the Lopez side of
now.
it.
Mhm.
Love that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the Bailey and FBI LAPD, am assuming it's based off of what happens in this episode. So, yeah.
I just like want to know because like on other shows, well, other fictional shows, I should say, like the like arguing that goes on amongst like government,
Hmm.
divisions, like
Yeah.
kind of cracks me up. So like I wonder if there's gonna be like, if she's still at the Pentagon or whatever, like if
Yeah.
that's, gonna cause issues for FBI and LAPD and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're involving more than just Garza at this point. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But and then there was also a TV Guide interview. Max, who usually writes about the rookie, got the one and only interview that Melissa did after this episode, so that was exciting. He had the exclusive. And in the article, Melissa talks about, that final scene in the interrogation room. She kind of broke that fourth wall. What's going on in Lucy's head, how long it took to like do the makeup for the bruises. And I love that they mentioned Judy specifically. Like it's not just the
Yeah.
makeup department, it's Judy. The process of shooting the scene, like everything. And then they also talk about how they have to do 42-minute episodes in like the grand scheme of things. But there was so much content in this episode that Alexi wrote and directed this episode and decided to release an extended cut with a runtime of 48 minutes. So people online today were like, "Oh, there's so many deleted or like altered scenes." And I think the final count was like 18, whether they were cut or like just shrunk down. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I guess he released an extended cut of that. He was in a video that like Jenna had shared on Instagram about it. And yeah, so I mean, if you're like online anywhere, Instagram, Twitter, I'm sure even TikTok, like there's gonna be clips of those scenes too. Because there's some of the scenes where it makes a lot of sense and it definitely should have been in the episode. Like there's one with
Yeah.
Tim, Selena, and Lucy, and then Nyla and Miles, and like in the grand scheme of the whole episode, it makes sense to why like the characters were acting like that. But we obviously didn't know because those scenes were cut. So they're all over. I know if you follow the Rookie BTS account, they have all of the scenes posted together. So it's just kind of like an easy one-stop shop for like all of the scenes. But yeah, I
Yeah.
guess he liked it so much and decided to release an extended version for streaming. So, I will be looking on Hulu tonight to see if it's there. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But other than that, I mean, we can just jump right into the episode. It was intense for sure.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot. We're gonna start off with the Westview Zombies. That was very interesting for sure.
Hmm.
And then we'll also like talk about Wesley, and his debacle of a case, really, is
Yeah.
what ended up happening for him.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so everything starts off like, well, unless you count the like technical sneak peek that we got of like the, like noise and the like, foggy, like, room and
Hmm.
stuff that like John was like thinking about before he woke up or whatever.
Yeah.
Unless you count that, everything was calm
Uh-huh.
in the beginning. Um, because we got to see like roll call a little bit anyway. Not if you don't count the deleted scenes.
Yeah.
Um, but it was initiated by Tim, who like recounts that there was nothing in terms of calls or reports or whatnot from like, the overnight and everything. Which isn't really a good thing. And Nyla and Lucy agreed, basically saying that, things staying quiet means that you have to be extra alert pretty much. Um, so when everyone, goes out to be like vigilant on patrol and, make sure you have each other's backs and everything. So everyone kind of goes out in their respective pairings. Then we see that Dash got dropped off at the station, and he requests a ride along basically with John, who agrees. And of course, Dash has his video camera with him to document the day. As they are riding along, they do get a call about doing a welfare check at the old Westview Hospital, because apparently there is a cleaning crew that was sent out there, and the people, like the civilians who originally went to check on said cleaning crew, were not heard from again either. So John, along with Dash, go decide to take the call. Nala and Miles decide to take the call too, because two units are better than one, basically. And Miles was trying to be all, nice and say, it's okay if,
Hmm.
Nyla doesn't want to go back there. Um, to which she basically replies, like, it's funny that she thinks anything of his judgment of her,
Yeah.
which is so Nyla. Like she would just tell it like it is. Um, so they all arrive at Westview. They kind of roll up on a dead body. They try to like communicate this over the radio, but they're not exactly getting anywhere with that because cell phone service is spotty. Their radios are kind of glitching and everything. So it's already starting off great for everybody.
Hmm.
Um, so Nolan tells Dash to stay in the car. He's still like recording through the Dash is recording through the dashboard of the shop. Sorry. Okay.
You know what? It's just so easy to like do
Yeah.
alliterations with his name. Like I tweeted out last night. It was like, Dash, you better dash. Like it's just
Right.
you
Yeah.
can't not. You can't
Yeah.
not.
So they discover that there must have been two people in this truck because the passenger side door was open.
Hmm.
But before they can really do much else with that information, they see people running towards them. And these people are crazed looking, and they, are aggressively attacking the officers, causing them to basically retreat into one of the many spaces in Westview and close the door. Um, and I didn't really mean to write this next part in that, like that narrator voice or whatever. That's like, it was then he realized that he fucked up or whatever,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like basically it's like, it's then that Nolan realized that Dash was missing, basically. But like,
I
not
thought the same
surprising
thing.
though, because like literally, was it not just last week, the week before, whenever Oscar was here? I'm so like backwards on time. Because
Uh-huh.
like John basically, lost Oscar again. Like it's
Yeah,
not no surprise. It just really is the season of losing people for
yeah.
Nolan, basically.
And just the way that he says it, like, where's Oscar? Where's Dash? Like,
Right.
I don't know, dude. You should know. Like,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a
Yeah.
funny way of like portraying that line, you know?
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dash, unbeknownst to everyone, is walking around outside filming some more shots um before more quote unquote zombies chase him, causing him to run and knock off his glasses. And like the whole time like that happened, I'm like, yes, please save the camera. To hell with being able to see clearly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like that was just so weird to me.
And the way that he didn't even like think about it. Like
No,
he
I
wasn't
mean,
like, oh, where are they? He just flipped
yeah,
on the camera and was like, oh, I can get a better visual that way. I can zoom in.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like, I got it in terms of like, yes, the camera is important, and like, yes, you want to keep running, but
Hmm.
I'm like, maybe it's just because I have glasses too, and like, I literally, it would be a whole big blur if I didn't have my
Yeah.
glasses, so I would like run into things probably.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, so he's still, getting away. Um, Meanwhile, Nolan, Penn, and Harper decide to split up and search for Dash. They try to get a signal to call in for backup. They also decide that they shouldn't use lethal force as like a first line of defense against these people because they were probably poisoned by neurotoxins, which is what's causing them to become homicidal maniacs. Um, so we first see it like cuts over to other scenes. But we come back, we see Miles get startled by like a clown figurine in a hallway, which I mean,
Hmm.
like, same, dude. I hate clowns, hate them.
I saw
Um,
someone tweet that that clown was also on John and Bailey's bed, like in one other episode.
Freaky. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
And it
how
was
weird.
also like placed in another spot during this episode. So I'm like,
Yeah.
does that clown doll thing just sit on set and they like move it around and that's like one of
Oh
their
God.
pranks? Because if so, that is pretty freaking creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, definitely. And so he's like, walking around getting startled by the clown. He's mumbling something about how, there ain't nothing like this back in Sugarland. And I'm like, no kidding, dude. Like Texas doesn't have stuff like this.
yeah.
Um, and he hears movement, and more zombies are looking around for him. So he kind of like ducks behind a wall and kind of like, does the look around, come
Hmm.
back, look around, come back again. Um, and then Nyla's pretty much in the same boat, basically looking around, trying to find, like, I mean, she's trying to find a signal outside, when she's attacked again. However, it's first by a lone zombie, and she kind of delivers like a strong punch to that person, sending them down. And
Yeah.
she's like a little worn out by now. But incoming are a few more zombies, and she's like, "You've got to be kidding me." But she fights them off too. So, and she like ends up like going up this ramp, closing the door behind her. So she's safe for now. Uh, and John is also searching for Dash. And he finds the glasses that were on the stairs from earlier. And then he hears noises coming from the old carousel, which is where Dash decided to hide out. But he turned on the like music accidentally, which were drawing the zombies to him. And this is just me like putting extra commentary because like the whole time that John's running over to catch up with the zombies before they get Dash, I'm like, dude, shouldn't you run faster?
Yeah.
Like I didn't think he was going that fast. Um, but John does eventually catch up and fight off the zombies before getting Dash and telling him to stay with the group. Um, Nyla is stuck inside the whatever, I don't know, warehouse, whatever room
Hmm.
she, trapped herself in to get away from the earlier zombie attack. Um, where she waits near some kind of like, I don't know, like boxes of things, machinery, I don't know, something as zombies are, wandering, searching that place for her. She still can't get a signal until she tries to like she climbs up a ladder, gets one for like zero point 0.2 seconds, but then it drops because the zombie hears her and tries to attack her, which causes her phone to get snatched.
Yep.
Um, that scene reminded me of when she was stuck in another building after I think a dog tried to attack her or like
Yeah.
some other rabid animal in like season two, like her first season,
Yeah.
maybe, I think. Um, if anyone knows a specific episode though, tell me. Because I
Wasn't
would
it
like to
like
know.
one of her first episodes with John or something? I
I don't
originally
know
thought it
because I
was Talia,
remember,
but it was definitely Nyla.
yeah, I mean, I remember her being alone in that particular scene. And then like she was also trying to get a, signal to call out then too.
Or was it
But
when
I
she
mean,
was partnered with Lucy?
I don't know.
I don't know if that was season two, though. I don't think so.
I mean, I think that was season two, but I don't think it's the same episode. But I don't know. But yeah, so if anyone does know, just let us know. Um, anyway, so we cut to John and Dash are walking around. and spot the, I don't know, I just said the other half of the civilian, supervisor team who were sent out to check on the cleaning crew. Um, this woman had like hidden herself in sort of an abandoned pool type space, and they were going to get her out when another zombie, of course, is attacking them. And John pushes Dash out of the way, and the zombie pushes him into the water, into the pool, trying to drown him. And then Dash jumps on the zombie, knocks him off of Nolan, and the duo go about punching the hell out of this zombie until he's subdued, and then the three of them leave the pool. And Miles thankfully managed to make it outside and got to the shop, and he got the trunk open to like get, I'm assuming, materials. Before more zombies came after him, which caused him to run around the vehicles for a second before circling back. And he grabbed, I don't really know what to call it. I just call it like a blast gun. It was almost like a mini cannon. I don't know.
Yeah, it was not lethal.
No, but it wasn't like
So
paintball either, so I don't know
yeah.
what to call it.
And it wasn't like a taser. I don't know.
Yeah.
On my second rewatch, I was like, what was stopping the zombies from just like getting into the car, like through the
Well, I didn't know
trunk?
why Miles didn't get into the car at first. He could just like
Yeah.
mow them all down. That's what I thought he was gonna do. But then
Yeah.
he just ran around in a circle, ran back to the trunk to get the blaster
And I
thing.
saw that's what people were saying. They were like, why didn't they just get in the car and like,
Yeah,
protect themselves that way? I'm like, yeah, why not? It would have been too easy though.
I guess so. Yeah, probably. Um, so he takes this blaster thing and blasts the remaining zombies away before taking off running way faster than Nolan did earlier, mind you. Like, yay for Miles. He's like
Hmm.
running like his life does actually depend on it. And more zombies notice and then decide to chase him as well. Um, so John, Dash, and the civilian, the woman that they helped, meet up with Nyla, and they're all running around being chased by more zombies until Miles helps them out by blasting more of them away so they can like slip out of the, I don't know, the pull down latch door,
Yeah.
and close the door on the rest of the zombies that were like kind of mobbing or trying to mob them, basically.
Hmm.
And when they're outside, Miles wonders why backup isn't here yet because surely they would have called someone by now to look for them. Um,
That's where we
so
have another deleted scene come in too.
right,
Because I was like, yeah,
yeah,
where is backup? Because at this point we're
mm,
like 30 minutes in and there's
right,
nothing. I
yeah.
have an update on the Nyla scene with the trap with the dog. That was season 3, episode 13, titled Triple Duty.
Three? Dang, I thought that
For
was
what it's
two.
worth. Yes.
Huh,
Because
okay,
she's
good to know.
hoping she can work with Chen to get ready to go undercover. And I think that's when she was
Ah,
like working with Chen
well, you
and
were
like
right then.
called her 5% or whatever. No, not Nolan. Not Nolan. Yeah.
Not Nolan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good to know.
So, yeah.
Alrighty. Um, where the heck was I? Oh, okay. So Miles is wondering why backup isn't there yet. Cut to Lucy and Selena responding to Westview, and Lucy's radioing it in when she gets cut off, like with Tim, who's obviously concerned now, and calls the code Alpha to have all units respond to Westview. And we see Lucy and Selena go inside one of the many spaces um, before they're both attacked by zombies and end up splitting up as they're basically fighting them off. Uh, Selena got away from a zombie. She kind of closed herself off in a room. Lucy kind of hid from a zombie in another room for a second before kind of ducking out into this, I don't know, hallway tunnel type thing. Because when they spun everything around, like they did that a couple times,
Yeah.
I like literally couldn't follow it. Like my eyes were trying to go all over the place.
Yeah. I was like
Um,
getting dizzy from it and I was sitting down. I was
yeah,
like, I can't do this.
yeah, it was a
Especially
lot.
with the Bailey one. But then when they did it again with Lucy, it was like, oh, doing this
Yeah,
again?
I mean, like it was cool, but like, yeah, it was just I was like not expecting it. Um, so wherever she is, it's it has a graded floor, which is sort of the important thing. Because unfortunately, another zombie, I'm assuming it was a woman because there was like long hair
Hmm.
flailing about during the first part of the scene, who snuck up and attacked Lucy, slamming her face into the grates numerous times before she was able to get them off of her. And as if that wasn't enough, the struggle caused another zombie, who was a man this time, to grab a knife-like weapon from a like case in another room before going to attack Lucy with it. Chen tried to fight him off too, but he got the upper hand for a minute and tried to stab her basically with that knife. But she mustered up all her strength and turned it back on the guy, and he was killed. Um, so we see that backup arrives on the scene, and Tim gets out of the car. It's like technically from Dawn's point of view, like everything's in slow motion for a minute.
Hmm.
But Tim, first thing he wants to know is where Lucy is. It doesn't matter that he literally like brushes past a zombie or that Nyla's
Yeah.
like shooting another one like right beside him. He just wants
Yeah.
to know where Lucy is, which I mean, fair point.
Yeah.
Um, so it was good though. We do get to see that the rest of them made it out, like minus Selena and Lucy. So like that was good. Um, but Tim goes and searches for Lucy, finding her in the tunneled area where the guy was killed, and she's like obviously in shock, like kind of huddled off to the side a little bit. Um, and he needs to ask her a few questions, you know, telling Selena that he has to do it by the book when she like tries to interject saying, they got split up earlier. That's why, Lucy's by herself and all this. Um, he asked if, she had to use a weapon or she had to use lethal force on anybody else. She said no. She didn't use her gun either. This was her first time killing someone in the line of duty, and Tim like helps her up and tells her, they're going to the hospital to get her checked out before she, gives like her statement later with her union rep, which is Nolan, or who is Nolan. And Lucy was kind of like out of it a little bit, like during her this like short conversation with Tim, and so he had to kind of, just be like, Sergeant Chen, or Officer Chen. Supposed to be Sergeant Chen. He said Officer
Hmm.
Chen, in the scene. And that kind of got Lucy back a little bit. Um, but she was definitely still emotional, very shocked, as she's like led out a little bit of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So we see Nolan and Dash are riding back to the station after everything. With Dash saying that the footage he got was great, and John doesn't need to tell his mom about their day because it would spoil the stuff he gets to show her later on the camera. And Nyla and Miles are back at the station too, meeting up with Nolan in the like parking lot by the door. We see Gray come out and ask if they're okay and if Lucy's good, and Nolan's also reminded about being, Lucy's union rep and promises to have her back always, which is good. Like, I don't know, I liked the scene with them
Yeah.
towards the end because it like showed how their like friendship has evolved. Like, or well, former relationship, now just platonic friendship, like just how that has evolved over time.
Hmm.
Um, and this is where it cuts over. We see Lucy get her injuries photographed and her uniform is booked into evidence. Tim's by her side, of course, during all of this. And this scene is like interspersed with I can't speak. Lucy's flashbacks of the
Yeah.
attack. She's emotional in some moments, but when we see her meet with John in the interrogation room towards the end of the episode, she's kind of, I originally said numb to everything, but I guess sort of kind of detached a little bit, I would say as
Yeah.
well.
In shock.
Yeah. She's, kind of blanking out on what, Nolan said, to her. And, he's like, that's okay, we'll go over it later. And she, had said time does funny things. And Nolan agreed, saying that it did the same to him when implying that when he went through the officer involved shooting all the way back in season one. Um, And Lucy did eventually ask what the man's name was, and that's where we get the episode title from because his name was Martin, Nolan said.
Hmm.
So um, we got to see a little bit more of Chenford. We see them back at home for a minute. Lucy's going to, like, I don't know, have some tea, settle in a little bit, try to relax. Um, I almost thought that Tim would have stayed with her a little bit longer to make sure, like, that she was like really okay. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I know that he's giving her space and time to process everything in her own way.
Yeah.
Because, like, they don't handle emotional crises the same way. Even though Tim's a lot better, um, they're still not like the, exact same person when it comes to those things.
Right.
Um, so he goes to bed. She says she'll be there soon. And we just see Lucy curl up on the end of the couch and cry a little bit more, which is such a sad way to end the episode for her.
Yeah.
So that's where we left off with that part. Um, then we moved into a little bit, I'll move into a little bit of the Wesley and Lopez of the episode. Um, we saw Wesley wondering how the deposition was going to go with Brian Dearborn, who was the man from last season who took the fall initially because Glasser convinced him to, Liam Glasser. Um, and at least we got to see Lopez in Wesley's office though before he like everything like all went to hell.
Yeah.
The calm before the storm, I guess. Um, and we see Ryan arrive, and he seems calm enough. Even when the prosecuting attorney shows up, his feathers don't get ruffled or anything. He answers all the questions in the deposition. Well, again, what we saw on screen in this version, anyhow. Um, and by all accounts, seems normal, describing how Liam Glasser told him every terrifying detail of the crimes to basically convince Ryan that he was the one that committed them, not Liam.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if anyone else caught this or not, but Dearborn had mentioned, like when he was talking, um, when I forget the attorney's name, but when the attorney was kind of like on the rebuttal and asking him, is that really, he really convinced you of that?
Yeah.
Um, Dearborn mentioned like what he sees and what he hears are, you know, like intense and scary,
Hmm.
um, as in present tense. So I don't know if that was like intentionally foreshadowing or not, but I kind of clocked it as like the present tense usage, meaning that he was still experiencing
Yeah.
episodes of schizophrenia. Um, so we see that Wesley's still at the office. When Angela calls him, like everything seemed to go well at the deposition, mind you. Um, but later, Angela's calling Wesley and saying that Brian had an episode and is missing from the facility that he was in, and no one knows where he's at. Um, and when Wesley sees blood on like the entrance of his office, he tells Angela that Dearborn's here, to which Angela is like, okay, you need to get out of there now. Um, but Wesley Evers, being Wesley Evers, wants to help. So
Yeah.
he tries to talk Ryan down, even as Dearborn continues to stab himself in the leg with a shard of glass. Um, but Wesley is successful in talking him down a little bit and gets him to drop the glass. Um, However, when Lopez reunites at the hospital, it's discovered that Dearborn had amphetamines in his system, which is especially detrimental to someone with schizophrenia.
Hmm.
And the smartass prosecuting attorney comes over and basically gloats, noting how this will also tank their case, just as they, I mean, like just as they were getting it back on track from like Nyla's misconduct
Yeah.
and like from her comments, I'm like, good Lord, like he really can't win. Like I
Yeah.
want to manifest Wesley winning in the case, like
Yeah.
next week,
Because
assuming what we get.
it'll make his DA like campaign look good too, I feel like.
Yeah, I hope so. Of course, see, that'll last for like 2 seconds, right? Because then he's gonna have
Yeah.
a scandal or whatever in
Yeah.
the following episode.
Yeah.
So like up and down and up and down.
Also, like, what could the scandal with Lopez be? Like,
I
they've
don't
had a
know.
relatively great season so far.
That's true.
Can we
Yeah, they
not
have.
mess with them?
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
No idea. Um, but Angela puts the attorney basically in his place and says that, she's gonna find out exactly what happened, who's responsible for this. Um, And he responds rather like negatively about this because he thinks that she's implying that he had something to do with it, which he denies. Um,
Hmm.
but then he didn't even talk directly to Angela in this response, though. He looked to Wesley and was like, I'd advise your wife to be careful about making these accusations. And this prompts Wesley to defend Angela, saying the quickest way to end up in one of those hospital beds is to disrespect her, aka do not mess with Angela Lopez. And we love Lopez being a power couple.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, just don't want this to tank the case too bad because, like, I don't want Nyla blaming herself because the rookie women have already been put through it, especially in this episode. So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't need it. But like,
Yeah.
I love how, like, even though Angela is badass on her own, like Wesley still wants to protect her and she like
Hmm.
lets him defend her honor, and I just love that.
Yeah. I love that Wesley's like, I know you don't need me to protect you, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
because I can't not help it. And I just
Yeah.
love how they're gonna like protect each other. Like, obviously, any couple's gonna do that, right? But like, oh, it's just, I love it.
Yeah. And like I don't know if it's like a Sean thing, like whatever he does with his voice, it's like a
Hmm.
lower register or something, like the tone of it, it just like makes it so much more like impactful when
Yeah.
I'm doing a bunch of weird hand motions that no one can see, but like I don't know, whatever he does, it just like makes those like one lines
Yeah.
really work in the scene.
Especially
So
because he was like, but thanks for stopping by. Like he said it
right,
in just like
yeah. And
such
then
a sarcastic like
yeah,
tone after he got like all serious and like
yep,
don't mess with us. And
yeah. Just
yeah,
like
just so
tiniest
good.
smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. I really enjoyed the little Lopez moment that we had, like kind of
Mhm.
throughout, because there was another deleted scene with Lopez too, but I was really, because I feel like we haven't seen a whole lot of them lately,
Mhm.
and I almost feel like we've kind of just forgotten about the DA campaign,
A little bit.
and I'm just kind of like, okay, can we come back to that? Because I would like to see that again. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Then we have like Bailey and Gray's covert operation or investigation and Luna. You guys, Luna did not have much this episode, but I'm glad that they like continued it on,
Mhm.
continuity. Um, so we see Bailey call John and she doesn't seem too excited for the workday as John's waking up. And he's like, "Are you having second thoughts?" And she's like, no, it's just not as exciting as it was yesterday. And I'm like, okay, this kind of goes back to when John called her out and was like,
Mhm.
you need to have exciting days to like feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, is she okay? One, I'm kind of reading into this more than I need to. But I'm like, okay, is she only gets into it when it's like exciting and she's like putting
Yeah.
herself into danger. But
Well,
like
because
the
she like jumped
meaningless,
right up when Gray was like,
yeah,
can you do this? She's like, okay, sure.
yeah.
Like,
So I'm like, okay, she has a thrill for the action and the chaos and the danger of it all. She doesn't like doing the paperwork and the menial like tasks and stuff, which I get it. Like not everyone does, but that's kind of just what comes with the job too, you know?
yeah.
Um, so we see her like in this closet of an office. Like there's not even a window. I mean, granted, maybe that's how the Pentagon is because everything's top secret.
Yeah.
But we see her, still talking to him and he's making coffee and grabs two mugs. And I didn't catch it on my first watch, I don't think, or maybe I did. But while she's telling him about her day, which will be filled with meetings about the technical specifications for next gen tactical triage kits, he's just kind of like listening and then starts like snoring, like fake snoring, obviously. So they get off the phone after making a date to talk later, and he realizes that he grabbed two mugs, putting one back, and you can see that he's just like he's sad about it. Like he's just like in
Yeah.
his feels.
Yeah.
But it's just a habit for him. So Wade then walks into the FBI task force office and sees Luna standing there. And at first I was like, I don't see Luna. Like where did she appear from?
Yeah, she emerged from the darkness
Yeah,
for a second.
yeah. So he starts with she doesn't have clearance to be in there. And I hated how he started that whole conversation because I was like, okay, one, you don't have to like come across like that. Number two, like she's making an effort here.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, Carl likes me, so he let me in. And Wade's like, well, he's gonna be writing parking tickets from now on. And I'm
Right.
like, okay, I get it if she's like some stranger, but like she's your wife. Like
Yeah.
she's not looking for top secret information,
Yeah.
you know. Um, so Wade tells her that, she doesn't get to tell him how to process this, and she argues that they've been married for 20 years and he can't tell her his eyes have never wandered, and he's like, you moved into a hotel as a result of this. So we get more clarification. So she moved into a hotel, but wasn't he just staying at, or wasn't he just having drinks at the hotel bar at the end of last
Oh yeah, he
episode?
was. Must be two different hotels then. I don't know.
Must be. Or like maybe it's just one of those hotels that like he can just like walk into and he doesn't need to have a room or something. I don't know, but I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
where are we at here?
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I mean, I
yeah,
did think it was like well, I guess I should say the like one tiny good thing about their conversation was that like Wade remained like steadfast in his faithfulness, I guess, towards
yeah,
Luna because he was like, there's a lot of women in LA, but none of them are you. Like, so like
yeah,
he hadn't really thought about anything with anyone else.
yeah,
Um, but then it was like, just implied that it's like, oh, because she has, therefore
right.
that's automatically the worst thing ever. Which
Yeah,
it's not good. It's gonna put a strain on their marriage, but it's not like there are way worse things
yeah,
she could do
yeah.
just in general.
I mean, listen, I don't deny that like they need to take some space and think about things, but I'm also like they're in a way worse spot than I think we thought that they were. Like
Yeah.
she's got a hotel now. I mean, like he hinted at that at the end of the last episode, right? Like he was like, I'm gonna get a hotel, like I'll stay there, whatever. And okay, yeah, you could argue that like they just needed space. Now maybe there's a few weeks out from the last episode to this one or something. There's been a time jump and they're like, they figured things out.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was interesting. Like I don't deny that they should spend some time apart, but to go so far and like get a hotel and stuff, I don't know. Interesting. I mean, I guess if you are separating, like, or taking some time away, like that's what you would do, but I don't
Mhm.
know. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So she's trying to figure out what to do. Wade suggests quitting her job, never see him again, say you're sorry. He's like, I've got more too. And I'm like, okay, that's not going to solve it entirely, right? Like if she's
Yeah.
really unhappy with their marriage, like that's just not going to magically fix things. It's
Yeah.
not like she took the job hoping that she would find someone there, at least
That's
that we
true.
know of.
Yeah.
But I could see why he feels threatened by it and that it's like the job that kind of brought it on. I could see that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, where's this conversation leading us to? Because I
Yeah.
thought we would have like another scene with Luna, then like
Me
after
too.
all of this. But we didn't. So I was just
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, it was just put in there.
Yeah.
Granted,
It
I
was like,
love the continuity, but
yeah. It was like, let's let them argue more. I'm like, thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Um So Luna's like, well, I'm not quitting my job. It's not that simple. And so then Wade just ends the conversation and walks away. And again, I'm like, okay, so what did we get out of this? They're still fighting. There's
Yep.
no resolution.
Nope.
And I feel like this is kind of similar to the Balin stuff from a few episodes ago, where it was like, I want to go to DC. I don't want you to go to the DC. Like all of that. It would be
Mhm.
solved if they just talk about it. And
Yeah.
they're like, they are trying to talk about it, but their feelings are also getting in the way too, which
Yeah.
is fair. But
I could like go to marriage counseling or couples counseling,
yeah,
whatever it's called,
yeah,
or something. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah.
So then Wade calls Bailey, who we see is swimming in paperwork. Like literally, she's laying on the floor of her closet office, and papers are surrounding her. And he's wondering if she can do him an odd favor as she lays on the ground. And I'm like, same. I mean, when I'm overwhelmed, like I just want to lay sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
I just want
Hmm.
to lay. I just want to lay. So she asks if it's something classified, and he's like, well, I'm literally going to ask you to knock on a door and see who opens it. And she's like, okay, sure. Like, what else do I have to do?
Yeah.
Um, and it has to do with Everett, and he has an unexplained connection inside the Pentagon. Um, and so there's an office phone number that they can't get clarity on without making it known that they're interested. And so he's like, can you wander down the hall and see who's in that office? And Wade tells her that, obviously act like it's the wrong door, like, you're just kind of looking for directions or something. And so we see Bailey walking down this hallway with the plain white walls and the spinning intro was intense. It made me dizzy because the plain white walls and just like, okay, I get it. The Pentagon is classified and like, there's certain things that they can't have up, whatever. The white walls, though, I was like, this is so like eerie almost.
Yeah. I just like with
Yeah.
the spinning, I literally did not know what was going on. I was like,
Yeah.
what? Like, I was like, who is this? Like, what scene is this now? Like, I
Yeah.
was so beyond confused the first time.
Well, and with all of the running too that like they did with the zombies, like there was just so much the body cams jostling, like all of that. I was like, okay,
That's true.
I literally cannot focus because I'm just like dizzy from watching this.
Yeah.
Um, so one of the deleted scenes was Bailey taking, as people have dubbed it, an extra, extra long walk down this hall. And I'm like, well, yeah, because it's not just, three doors down from where she's at. Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
on a whole different floor.
I mean,
Um,
granted, it's like, no one took a long, long walk in that warehouse with that villain that one time. So,
when he
you
hobbled.
know, yeah,
Yeah,
when he hobbled.
yeah,
Yeah. So I guess
yeah,
that's just also one of their things is
yeah. They
extra
like to take
long
long walks.
walks.
Not together, but they like to take
No.
extra long walks.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, I will say, like, she looked like a baddie in it. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Her outfit was great. So we, see her walking. She walks up to the door we told her about. There's no nameplate on it or anything, so she knocks and she even tries to open it. And so just as soon as she's about to like walk away, no, like a woman comes out who's very unfriendly. We the camera focuses on the woman's arm and we see a tattoo, but we don't like see what it is or anything. So Bailey
Yeah.
asks her, who she is. She's not given any information. She can't help Bailey. And so Bailey calls Wade at the end of the day. And I loved when John was like, don't tell her about my day. I don't want her to worry.
You're right.
Okay. Because you're the one that got injured. I don't know. Like, yeah, he did get a little beat up, but it's fine. He's not like in shock.
Yeah.
Um, So Bailey tells Wade that, she didn't really find anything out and tells him about the office and no occupants, some friendly woman, and that set off her spidey sense. And she's like, I didn't get the name, but I did see a tattoo with the phrase ego iminicus, which is Latin for I am the enemy. And Bailey mentions that she made a drawing of the tattoo. Of course she did. And she's like, I'll send it to you. And so as she locks the door and walks out, which I feel like she probably should have made the call in her office or when she got back to her place, but okay.
Hmm.
The unfriendly woman comes back and takes a picture of her name on the door.
Yeah.
So there's a missing scene there because how did the lady find where Bailey was at?
Well, see, that's what I was okay. So like when I was watching it right on Hulu earlier today,
Hmm.
um, I thought well, I don't know. I originally thought that the whoever this woman is, this mystery woman, I thought she was the person that was walking past Bailey and then
Yeah.
turned to the
Yeah.
left. But then I was like, how would Bailey being, so observant and
Hmm.
on top of things, like
Yeah.
not know that?
Yeah.
So like that probably wasn't it, but I thought it was. I don't know.
That's what I thought at first because I was like, okay, why would they? We haven't seen anyone else in this Pentagon office.
Yeah.
And then we see a lady walk by Bailey as she's walking out. So I'm like, okay, that's that lady again. But
Yeah.
then she comes out from behind. So I'm like, okay. So I guess
Yeah.
not. I guess Bailey, like, she had the badge on, so maybe the lady like took notice of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was interesting though, because it's not like her picture's on the door, but I guess all she needed
Yeah.
to know was Bailey or her last name. And she probably could have
Hmm.
looked it up. So yeah.
Yeah.
How did you feel about this episode overall? Like, I found myself like tuning it out during the
Uh,
zombie part.
I it this is gonna sound weird, but it depended on who was being chased by the zombies. Because like
Okay.
I said, like well, because like my whole thing, right, is like I'm like literally like saying to myself, I'm like, okay, John's not running fast enough. Like,
Yeah.
he's not gonna catch up to these people. Then I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
you go, Miles. You're like running fast. Like your life depends on it. Great for you.
He was
And
using
like
his football
Nyla,
skills for
yeah, and
sure.
like Nyla was being a badass, and like relatable queen that she is. Um, so like it kind of just depended. Like I thought it was hilarious that Dash jumped on the zombie that was like trying to drown Nolan.
Hmm.
And then like the two of them just started punching in tandem. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
meant to be, but it was to me.
Yeah.
Um, but I also spent the majority of the time, like during that whole plot line, wondering where anybody else was.
Hmm.
Like, where is all this Lucy stuff that everyone, was talking about or
Yeah.
mentioning, online or over the last, few days before the episode aired. I was just like, where is anything else? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I almost like checked the time on my phone because I was like, how long have I been watching like basically the same things happening
Yeah.
over and over and over and over again? And it was like half of the episode.
Hmm.
Um, so it kind of sucked that like it wasn't as much Lucy as I thought could have been spent on it. But then at the same time, we don't really know what's happening with the next episode. Maybe they'll
Hmm.
touch more on it there. Um, and for what little scenes that we did have, Miss Melissa O'Neill was absolutely stellar in them
Hmm.
as Lucy Chen and like really gave like it, an emotional resonance, I guess, like in her acting skills. And like it just really like stole the show, like those
Yeah.
scenes. Um, yeah, especially like with all the makeup and stuff. Like I'm always like really interested in that kind of thing, like how they get to look, like how they,
Hmm.
how they get to look all, worn out or beat up or
Yeah.
whatever. But like for her, like emotions to still like come through all of that stuff on her face, and like
Yeah.
you're still able to tell, like, oh, okay, she's, not feeling really anything, because she's not paying attention, like, not aware. Or she's, feeling a lot of things because she's, looking down and like crying and her, lips are trembling, like things like that. Like the little like nuances that she did were like really great. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, like I didn't not like this episode. Um, I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it was different. I don't know. Um, Because like I don't really mind like seeing like fight scenes and stuff, you know, like when the
Hmm.
officers have to take on groups of people or something.
Yeah.
But it was just like so much of the same thing. Like
No.
I mean, like literally probably like six different times. Like at least two for each, like two for John, two for Nyla, two for Miles, like scene
Yeah.
wise. It was just a lot. I don't know. What did you think?
I felt like I was watching the same thing over and over and over. Like I felt like it was like Groundhog Day three times over in this episode.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I would have been fine with 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 of the chase scene. Like show me Nyla, show me Miles, show me John, like all of them kind of dealing with their thing.
Yeah.
But Nyla going in and out, Miles going in and out, John going in and out I got confused to the point where I was like, are they just fighting the same people? Like the
Yeah.
amount of stunt doubles and extras that they had to have had for this episode were insane. Like, and
Yeah.
that's what Alexi had mentioned in that video too, is like it was interesting to see like just how all the stunt doubles and everyone just like took the blank canvas that they had and ran with it. And I'm like, okay, that's great to see, but also at the same time, like I got so confused. And at one point, like I just stopped live tweeting because I was like, what else can I say? Like I'm
Yeah.
just repeating the same stuff. And I didn't know, like, I was like, okay, didn't we already see like Nyla going out of that door and now she's like back in the building somehow? It just
Mhm.
got so confusing. And even on the second rewatch today, doing the outline, I was like, I'm still like I found myself just being like I'm not at one point like I just became uninterested in it. Like I was similar to you, I was like, okay, where is this Lucy stuff that everyone's talking about? Because like I didn't see a whole lot of it online beforehand, but I'd seen a few things and I was like, okay, it's at least like 9:30 and we haven't seen it. Like where is it at? And so I thought what we got was
Mhm.
really well done. And like Melissa absolutely just crushed it. Um, Same with the Wesley stuff at the end. Like at first I thought that Ryan had a knife and I was like, poor Wesley. Like the only times that he like talks people down is when they have a knife in their hand. But
Right.
then he had the piece of glass. But I thought those two moments were really great in the show overall. Um, and I liked like seeing the roll call scene because I feel like we haven't seen one of those in a while and just like
Mhm.
Nyla and Miles and stuff. But at the same time, like even Tim when he like went and got Lucy and then like was mean to Selena, I was like, okay, why are you being mean? Like same with Nyla, with Miles. I was like, okay. And then that's where those deleted scenes came in. And I was like, ah,
Yeah.
we have more context. Okay, now I don't need to be mad at them. Like they were dealing
Mhm.
with their own stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't yeah, I wish that we had gotten more scenes with them. I didn't mind the Bailey stuff because I feel like it was enough of her this episode. Could we have pushed it to like next week? Yeah,
Mhm.
we could have.
Yeah.
But now knowing the 812 description, they're setting it up, so they needed to give it some leeway.
Mhm.
Um, and the Wuna stuff, like I love them and love the continuity. But because it was just that one little scene, I feel like we could have pushed that too. Like, just
Yeah.
make it the Westview and Liam Glasser stuff, and like we're good. Like, I don't need anything else. Um,
Yeah.
Even kind of like the Bailey and like Nolan call in the morning. Like, I mean, yes, it set up like how she was feeling and like kind of just all the paperwork and stuff that she had. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I was just kind of like, yeah, we're good. Like, we don't really need that right now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
Hmm.
interesting that there were so many scenes that were cut out. And it was interesting the ones that were cut out. Granted, it could
Yeah.
have been because of timing, like we don't know, but they weren't like super long. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I understand the appeal of wanting to have the chase scenes in there with the zombies and everything, but it just got to the point where like as a viewer and then just someone like recapping the podcast, I was like, I'm tuned out because it's just the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
and they were getting a little farther with it, but they weren't getting super far. Like,
No.
Miles, you had the car. You could
Right.
have got in it and drove away and went to go get more help.
Yeah.
Like,
Or like I
it
said,
was,
mowed them all down with the car.
yeah,
That sounds terrible, but I mean,
yeah. It was like the cheesy scary movie when like the person's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go for a walk," or like go run through the woods, and you're like, "Don't do that." It was kind of like that. It was like, okay,
yeah,
we know how you should be able to get out of this. Go get out of it.
yeah, hmm
But I mean, even
yeah,
Dash, like when he was just walking around like aimlessly, I'm like, okay, go find help. Like, why are you still circling the premises?
yeah.
He found the payphone and was like, "Oh, I'll give this a try." And I'm like, "You don't even know how to work one of those. Just go find someone with a cell phone." Like, yeah. The abandoned
Yeah.
carousel though was creepy. I will say
Uh-huh.
that.
That was, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
I just,
the set
oh, sorry.
overall was great, but
Yeah.
yeah.
hmm I just think like the sequence of events, like, like you had said, they got far enough along to differentiate it a little bit,
Hmm.
but I still had to go back, even though I literally just watched it earlier today. I had to go back maybe like, I don't know, half an hour later and
Yeah.
like make sure I had the right scenes like in an order that made sense.
Yeah.
Because I was like thinking back, and I'm like, okay, so now who did we cut to next? Was it Miles? Was it Nyla? Was it Nolan? Like I was just like
Hmm.
all over the place trying to remember. Um, so
Yeah. And the girl that Nolan and Dash saved in the pool, she
yeah,
walked through the building with them. Didn't we lose her at some point? Like, where
I
was she
thought we
at?
did. I don't know because I didn't see her like at the end when they were all like
Yeah,
standing around when backup arrived. But maybe I don't know. Maybe my Hulu just like cut it off or something.
I don't know. I think at that point I was just kind of like, okay, so we're done with all the chase scene. We're good. Because at some point, I mean, I was like, we're at this point we're using the same zombies. Like, it's like whack-a-mole here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, they're multiplying because how? And also, how big was the remodel crew that was
Yeah.
already there? Because
No idea.
yeah, that was a lot of zombies. I don't know. It was a lot.
Yeah.
The Chunford scene definitely was top tier, both of them. Um, and yeah, I mean just the like deleted scenes because there was even one like when Gray comes out to ask them how they all are, and I
Mhm.
guess he tells Nyla like I'm working on getting you out of patrol. And Miles is like, "Can I go back to short sleeves or whatever?" Like, because we see Nyla in plain clothes next week.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so she's out of patrol. If we didn't have that deleted scene, we would be so confused. I mean, I guess
Yep.
we still are until we see the
Yeah.
episode, but yeah. It was interesting, that's for sure.
hmm
I would put it above last week's episode in terms of if it was good. I would say it
hmm
was still a filler episode in a way. Like it did kind of propel the Westview and Glasser storyline. But I would say more of the Wesley stuff did.
Yeah.
Like the Lucy stuff just kind of opened up another storyline.
Yeah.
So, and I did
Mhm.
see someone say on Twitter too, they were like, I can think of 12 other storylines that are open and not yet wrapped up that we could
Wait,
have
really?
focused on.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
And I was like, okay, wait, what storylines? Um, Wesley and the DA comes to mind. Nyla and the Glasser stuff.
Mhm.
Why am I like blanking? Nyla and the IA.
Yeah.
Miles and
Anything with,
his
oh, sorry, go
thing,
ahead.
Miles and
Yeah.
his rookie period. But I feel like that's like actively being worked on.
Anything with Monica.
Yes, anything with Monica, Oscar, because he's gone
Right.
now.
Yep.
So how many is that? Like six?
Yeah. We're already halfway there.
I feel like there's more. The Garza stuff, because I feel like there's
Yeah.
more to Garza than like we know so far.
hmm
Wade and Luna, so
Nope.
eight.
Nope.
I feel like there's other Selena and Raj, like, are we doing anything with
Oh,
them?
right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think so. I think that they're just there. I
Yeah.
don't think we're like actively doing anything with them.
Yeah. Or
And
like if we'll see like more Miles and Selena, like,
yeah,
friendship thing scenes or whatever.
and Chenford,
Yeah.
which I guess it doesn't matter if we're like actively working on them. Like it's still just a storyline that we're like working through.
Yeah.
Skip Trace Randy comes in next week, so like who knows what kind of chaos he's gonna bring.
Yeah, that was like I was not expecting that.
No, I thought it was gonna be Aaron.
Yeah.
I kind of would rather have it be Aaron. I like Skip
Yeah.
Trace Randy, but I'm also like, dude, we have too much going on, and this is gonna be a high stakes episode. We
Right.
don't need your chaos, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, because like if Tim's there with
Yeah.
John, Tim's gonna like beat this guy to the ground
Yeah.
if he annoys him too much. Like, swear to
Yeah.
God. Um,
Yeah.
so
So
I'm
we have
just
like
like, I don't
nine
know.
storylines that we just worked through that are
Yeah.
open. I feel
Yeah.
like there's more. James, James, and the whole like policing thing,
Yeah. Hmm.
right? Yeah, because that
Yeah.
was this season.
Hmm.
Or what? Wait, no,
Um,
was it last season? Because they were like going
oh well,
through
yeah,
it.
that was last season. Okay, but
Yeah.
like James and Nyla, like their
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
Um,
So
I
that's what, 10?
mean,
I don't know. I
yeah.
don't know how accurate they were with 12, but I saw 12
I
and I was
mean,
like, dang, and we're halfway through that season.
yeah. Anything if we're gonna see Tim's mom again or
Hmm.
Jenny or any, more Bradford family surprises.
I mean,
Um,
Bailey and the whole like FBI thing, I feel
yeah.
like
Hmm.
Bailey and the whole Pentagon thing. I mean, and are we shutting the door on the baby altogether or not?
Hmm. Yeah.
Because kind of want to know. I feel like
Yeah.
we are. I feel like it was said somewhere that we are, but I could be wrong. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. There's so many open storylines, and like we're already halfway through the
Yeah.
season.
Hmm.
And I feel like there's just going to be more storylines added, which it's fine because the rookie is in such a good spot that like I'm sure we'll get renewed. On their ABC shows have, but the
Hmm.
rookie hasn't. And it's I think someone said it's because Lion Gate, like they have to wait for them or something. I don't know. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, because
Hmm.
I'm like, can we have our renewal so that in May we're not like on the edge of our seats? I would
Yeah.
like to know now.
Yeah.
And actually just give us like a 2 season renewal, please.
Yeah. So we can get to
Yeah.
double digit double digits. I really
That
can't
would
speak.
that would make it easier on everyone. Because I
Yeah.
saw that Max had mentioned to Melissa, he was like, after the season, you're gonna have like 140 episodes of Lucy. Yeah,
Yeah.
over 140 episodes, like portraying Lucy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. This episode was crazy.
Yeah.
But and I saw a lot of people being like, this episode didn't focus on Lucy a lot. I feel like next episode will.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be like a 210, 211 type thing. Like Day of Death did focus a lot on Lucy, but it was more like her in the thick of it. And then like after the
Mhm.
fact was focused on.
Yep.
So yeah.
And I
I
mean,
don't
it
know.
is called Aftermath next week's episode. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
that does something.
Yeah. Hopefully there's not too much chaos with Skip Trace or Andy. We see Liam Glasser's back, so like that's good.
Mhm.
But yeah. Hopefully there's like a good portion of it. But then she's also in uniform, so probably a time jump that people won't be happy with. I don't know. So
Guess
I
we'll
mean
see.
I'm just calling it as I see it.
Hmm.
So yeah. But I don't know. I don't think I have any other notes. Do you?
No, I don't think so. All right. Well, with that being said, on our lovely, like, I don't even know what to call that. It was like a ramble
Uh-huh.
in hopefully a good way that you guys could follow. Um, you guys can find us on Twitter at the Shop Talk Pod _, or you can email us at shoptalktherookiepodcast@gmail.com with all of your thoughts. You can find us individually on Twitter as well. I'm at Kari Hyman.
And I'm at jstark804.
We are on TikTok at the Shop Talk Podcast _. We also have merch available at shop-talk.ashery.com. Jennifer posted about the sale that ends on the 15th, right? Like that little International Women's Day graphic, which is cool. You know, girl power and all that, which is fitting for Lucy. Being in these couple episodes.
Yeah.
So
we have some new designs, so it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention, did you see my tweet that I had about Harper and Penn, like their partnership name?
No, I didn't. I missed that. What was it?
I put Harp Pen because I was like,
Yeah.
Harp Pen, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably someone else probably had something better if anyone even came up with one. I don't know, but I thought it was pretty funny with that. So
good. Yeah, because it really is just like a blend of their last name, like truly.
Yeah. So
yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
we'll see.
might have to
Maybe
do
we'll start
something with
another
that.
one. another name trend. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but with that, we will be back next week following 8/11 with a new episode of this podcast on Wednesday for you guys.
Yep.
So, yeah. But bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Go get 'em, boo.